Salve. Salve e benvenuti al Secolo de Bravizzi Virtuali. Hello, good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. It's Friday night, so you know what that means. Yes, you do. It's the MTCC. Here again for round 4. We're going round and round this bad boy, and we're loving every single second of it. So we're here for round 4 at Monza, the Temple of Speed. This is where we all come just to see how fast our vehicles are. Let's have a look then. I'll nip onto Discord. We'll find the table so far to give you a heads up. I can tell you now that those red rockets are speedy and they win. So let's have a look at the table to see where we are. And I can tell you now that Talleyrand is at the top of the table with 143 points, with Alphanut in second with 136 points. In third we have Skyjacker with 125 points. Then after Skyjacker in fourth we have Casper on 120 points. In fifth, Homesick Alien, our reigning champion, on 109 points. Then in sixth, Jam Huntington on 101 points. Racer Brown is in seventh on 95 points. JTX is in eighth with 73 points. Shadow Rider ninth with 70 points. And Guesty is in 10th with 46 points. So that's your table. You can see it's quite tight here. Who do we fancy? I suppose the Red Rocket has got to be a contender. It's fast, but we also know the monster Audi, driven by Skyjacker and Alpha last week, showing really what that car can do. So they will be in for a shout. I know the Peugeot is extremely fast in a straight line, so it could be anyone's games. I know these guys, Guesty, he knows he's underpowered in the four-wheel drive car, so damage limitation I imagine for Guesty, just trying to get as many points as he can and wait for a twistier circuit where his car will come to the fore. Jam Huntington just getting used to the Rocco, how it feels. He's got a win under his belt. I'll have a look. I'm sure I can tell you what the results were from last week. I've got it all under control. These magic little televisions we carry around in our pockets. Back in my day there was none of these little TVs. We used to have phones. They had phone pads and everything, numbers on them. You actually pressed the numbers and they only just fit in your pocket. And now look at it, it's like a little television. Got a little television in my pocket. I'm looking for Discord while I'm padding. There we go, I'm back on Discord. No, it's not Discord, it's Messenger. No, it's not, it's PlayStation Messenger. That's where the results are kept. Revealing the secrets, revealing all the secrets. So yeah, we're going there. We're watching Jam, ghosting, I imagine. There we go, JTX. He's done a 156.780. The fastest person so far is Skyjacker with a 56.4. So that's pretty close. So we're going there. And I can tell you results from last week. I think I can. Pretty sure I can. God, there's so where were we last week? We were at Nürburgring, weren't we? I'll tell you, 5 people, where is everybody? There's more people viewing than there is. No, there isn't. There's only one person viewing, and that's me. So, God, total lack of interest this Friday evening. Has it been a hard week at work, guys? Has it been a tough one? We've had to drag ourselves through. So, yeah, if it was Nürburgring last week, which I believe it was, then Talleyrand won the first race. And then JTX, no, that's A1 going the wrong way, sorry. Do you know what? I'm not sure. And now it's all dead air. I'm looking at roadster stuff now. I'm trying to find it. Oh, I think that's GTMC. No, that's HPEC. Great race at Fuji at HPEC. It'll be on there somewhere on Sunday. We had a big weekend last weekend, starting with the MTCC. Then on Saturday night, we saw the beginning of the Roadsters, the Mazda Roadsters, MX-5s. That was great fun. No, I think we've missed a round off. Yeah, I think Nürburgring was the round before, because Alpha Nut says it won the last race of that one. I think that was round 2. I think in round 3 Alpha Nut won the first round. Oh, I don't know. They're not in the computer. So sorry, I can't tell you the results without really having to fanny ass to work out how and why or what. But I think Jam Huntington won one. Who else won one? I am not sure. I don't want to commit to it. I think Alpha won the first race of the last round. I think Jam Huntington won the second. They don't. I don't want to commit to anything. But anyway, the Red Rockets still not as fast as the Monster Audi. Monster Audi still showing 0.2 faster with a 56.464. Oh, we're seeing some people joining now. Racer Brown has entered the room, and so has Alpha Nut. So that'll grow our numbers. There's Shadow Rider entering in his crazy Red Bull Hyundai. This might work well for him. I think speed. I think the Hyundai is all about speed, is it not? Not so much about corners, but all about straight lines. We will see when it comes to the important part. I believe qualifying, it's been a bit slow starting the lobby because GT Sports seems to be having a weird one. Nothing was showing up for everyone. So everyone's gone off and reset, and now it looks like everything's up and running quite sweetly. So I believe the qualifying will still continue at 8 o'clock. I don't think there's going to be any delay on it. I haven't seen anything coming up in the Discord. Diss my cord, bro. Don't discord my bro. So I love the word so. It's got to be my favourite one. It seems to bridge the gap from what I'm saying now to what I'm going to say. While I'm having that moment to think, in real life I'd use like an expletive, like an F word or an S word. Whereas on here, and I'm being PG, the word is so. Imagine the so begins with an F and ends with a K. Right. Yeah, no, everything looks like it's all good on Discord. No one's saying they're going to be mega late. Hello to everyone popping in. We're just warming up. We're just getting ourselves ready for a Friday night bonanza at the Temple of Speed here at Monza. I went into a rap then without even actually knowing what rhymes with Monza. It's not good. It's not good. Give me a second. I've slept all day. I'm still in my PJs. This is my breakfast, guys. I should be having a fry up. I'm not having anything. Bless, my son cooked dinner, thinking he's doing a great thing, and I looked around and he showed me what he'd cooked me, and it was a bowl of
plain pasta. And I said, I don't even like pasta. And I said, I'd tolerate it at best with a bolognese, but just on its own, it's just... ugh. So, I felt bad about that. So no food. I've not had food. I'll be obsessed with food during this practice because I've had no food, and I've got no food here. My work bag's not far away, and I think there might be some scraps left in there. I can see a packet of Jaffa cakes hanging out the top, but I think I may have destroyed them before I went to bed. Oh well. Skyjacker's still fastest with a 156.464 ahead of the red rocket that Talleyrand is driving. Guesty, third fastest, but I don't know if anyone else has really posted a time yet. I'm not putting Guesty down, it's a four-wheel drive, like the Subaru, and it's a bit down on power to the other cars, and it's a little bit heavier. So, around here, it seems... you would think this is going to be a struggle for these guys. It's just going to be hoping someone else goes off, or sitting in someone's toe and just trying to stay with him and hope they make their way through the field. Alpha not then, just going out, shaking down the car. Should only be about 5 minutes till we go qualifying. Round and round in circles at Monza. And all of you that are watching, you missed my awesome intro. I translated my opening into Italian, and I actually spoke Italiano. I felt cultured. I felt so cultured when I was saying it. It was like, I felt like I should put glasses on and like a cravat or something as I was saying it. So yes, look at me. You're watching me grow from when I began, and I couldn't string three words together. I'm doing openings in Italiano, eh? So Skyjacker is fastest, but those red rockets are not far behind. Got Guesty holding that fourth, just gone 1.5 seconds virtually faster than his original time. He's 2.6 seconds off of the Volkswagen. Alpha Nut coming around now to post a time. Like I said, this is just practice. They're just out there, they're just feeling the limits, getting used to it. I do like that livery, I really do. I like all the stickers that go along the bottom of the door frame, the door well. That's classic, that, I like it. It does make me feel a bit dizzy if I stare too long at the black stripes though. It really does. So oh, Talleyrand's asking if we are ready already. Already, are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. I am going in. Oh, look at Skyjacker. Just so uncouth, these guys. Don't need to be so harsh. Just a gentle little nudge. Are we ready? Well, we've got 4 Ys on the board. Skyjacker won the Y race with Racer Brown coming in second. Jam Huntington was third, then Thingamajig came fourth. Who will be next in the row of Ys? And we have it there, Shadow Rider, hell yes, with Alpha Nut just slowly, closely coming in behind. Who is left to Y this game? We're not sure. We're checking it out. We're keeping an eye on the screen, looking, waiting. I'm not sure who we've had and who we haven't had. I'm sure JTX hasn't given us a Y yet. Where is the next one? Homesick is now in there. Oh my god, that has nearly completed the room of Ys. There must only be JTX left. Yes, I thought I'd have to give it a bit of space then, because that really happened. Oh, there we see, we haven't seen the Subaru yet this evening, so and there we go. Qualifying is starting in 7 seconds time. Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, for we are going to see some Group 4 cars going rather fast. I haven't even explained what MTCC is. Do you see, I just assumed that you know. Ooh, I like it when you see all the cars in the group. And Guesty is going out, and so are the rest of them. Guesty pulled the trigger. You can see Red Rocket on Red Rocket here. got to press F1 to get rid of the big numbers. So they're all out on their outlap. Why they're out on their outlap, let me explain what the MTCC is. We have 3 sprint races as close to 15 minutes as we can, but they're counted laps. Oh, look at everyone getting each other's way in the chicane. They're Group 4 cars. You pick your car at the beginning of the season, and then we go racing for, is it 10 weeks? 10 or 12. There's drop scores. I don't know. I think it's three rounds dropped of your lowest scores. So if people can't make every week, they're not penalised. And it's just jolly good fun. Some cars are more suited to tracks than others. See, I couldn't get on with that Pug last year when I was driving in it. I thought it was god awful. But JTX already with a win under his belt, so he has done more with it than I ever have. So yes, all the cars, different abilities, but the closing is race, or the racing is close. So Guesty leading them all out. He'd be looking to get a tow, I'd imagine. Both 4-wheel drives out front. Neither of them trying to sit behind. I'd sit behind a monster Audi. There we see Shadow Rider sitting quite close to Racer Brown. I think Racer Brown is going to be cutting the cheese for Shadow Rider during this race, just as long as you get your braking right. Because once you're in that tow, you get sucked right into the back of the car in front of you, so you have to be very careful when you're playing the tow game. Now, I think we might sit on board with Shadow Rider. Not there. Sit on board with Shadow Rider for a lap around the circuit of speed. That is Monza, going along the start straight, braking into the first chicane. What was that, about 115, 120? Over the first curb. Lovely stuff. To get thrown out there, but he's got through it quite nicely. Back on the accelerator. Still in Racer Brown's tow. And around the long right-hander. I had the map. I didn't think to get it out. This is the one everyone should know the names of it all as well. The second chicane. Lovely over the curves. Racer Brown looked a little messy, but he made it work for him. Coming up to the really important Ascari, is it? I thought the next bit, I don't know. I'm not even going to guess, okay? Well, we've made it through that anyway. Everything's looking sweet as a nut in the Hyundai for Shadow Rider. It's looking like a tidy lap so far, and we've gotten on board for at least a lap, so we can tick that box in the broadcasting checklist that I gave you a lap around here. I didn't tell you the corners. We see it going through this very importantly named corner. I'm not taking the mic. I do appreciate and respect the names. I haven't got my sheet of paper in front of me, and I don't want to guess. Now this one's the Parabolica. That makes you feel any better. He's really lost the back of Shadow Rider there. We should be seeing people's times coming through now. Seeing Guesty just coming out of the Parabolica on to the start straight, finish line. You want to get right over to that green, make the line as short as possible. Guesty setting a 158.899. Racer Brown though going fastest with a 156.830. Skyjacker only 500s. Wow, look at them. They were playing the tow game, weren't they? Them three. Whoosh. Skyjacker only 500s but off of pole. 5,000, sorry, off of pole with a 56.835. Alpha Nut got third after that lap with a 57.017. Talleyrand in the Red Rocket fourth with a 57.652. JTX came fifth with a 57.800, only 1.5 tenths off of Talleyrand's time, 4 tenths ahead of Shadow Rider, who we was riding with, in sixth with a 58.202. Homesick Alien in the Subaru with a 58.544, only 3.5 tenths behind Shadow Rider, and 400ths ahead of Jam Huntington in the Red Rocket, down there quite low with a 58.587. Guesty posted a time of 58.899. Sorry, it's just getting out of the way of everyone. Let the field go through. So that's a Brown pole sitter, early pole sitter, and he's going faster again behind the Subaru of Homesick Alien. We saw him in the distance. We were sitting on Shadow Rider's car watching him, and I was impressed how he managed to pull away. And now we know why. It's because he was going faster than everyone else. Yum, 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 yum. So Racer Brown staying in the tow of Homesick Alien. We saw him having a couple of purples. Skyjacker's so close. Oh, yeah, he's gone again with a purple with a 156.603. People are posting times. Talleyrand 57.3, JTX 57.3, Shadow Rider 57.9. Skyjack, both alphas coming in, change tyres, and coming back out again. JTX stayed out, his tyres still fine. Skyjacker, well, they both came in, so they weren't going for times. So JTX did go faster with a 57.300. He's 600ths ahead of the Red Rocket with a 57.362. Talleyrand sitting in 5th place, only 700ths ahead. Oh, hello, we've got chats here. Carly Means, did I miss anything? Not yet, we've only just started qualifying. Endurance Nut saying evening all. So Homesick Alien in the 4-wheel drive, 6th, a 157. Oh, well, I'll tell you what you did miss, Carly Means. I spoke Italian at the beginning of the broadcast. I did the opening greeting in Italian. I'm still very pleased about that, and I'm going to be boasting about that this whole stream. So Homesick Alien is in 6th with a 57.4, but Racer Brown with 2 very fast laps out of the stalls means he is sitting in pole, 2 tenths ahead of Skyjacker. The Audis look like they were the faster package in practice. Racer Brown has come out and surprised us all. Yes, I butchered the Italian language. It was fantastic. So, yes, the Audi's playing the tow game. Skyjacker's turn to tow Alpha Nut around maybe, and they'll swap over. Who knows? Who knows what their plans are? It looks like the move was nearly going to happen then, was it? Because they've done one run and gone in the pits, and I think Skyjacker was ahead of Alpha Nut, so maybe it's just track position. His track position. Talleyrand in the Red Rocket has moved up into 4th position with a 56.935, but JTX in the Peugeot has done a 56.723, going into 2nd place, only a 10th behind pole, and a 10th ahead of Skyjacker. Guesty has set another time of 58.526. Jam Huntington is not quite getting used to the Rocco and the Monza mix, it seems, because he's sitting last with a 58.587. Racer Brown, I was expecting to say outlap. His tyres don't even look pinged yet. Oh dear, that doesn't look good. Only because I saw 2 cars. There we go, Talleyrand and JTX. Look like they may have had a bit of a coming together, who knows, in qualifying. Here we see Skyjacker still dragging, well, we're looking at Alpha Nut, but Skyjacker dragging Alpha Nut around. We should sit on board Alpha Nut. Here we are. Lovely line through there, and then Skyjacker's released him just in case he was holding him up any. Maybe Skyjacker probably has slipped in behind. To try and get the tow on the next lap, possibly. We're waiting to see there. Oh, he's 800ths off of his time. Can he get it back in the last sector? Casper, hello, he's on the chat. He should be on the track, not the chat. So yeah, Casper, I think, hasn't made it tonight. He's got issues with the Toyota. Engine won't start. Just won't kick over. Jam Huntington set a time. That's put him into 7th place. ahead of Shadow Rider by nearly 2/10, and nearly a 3/10 behind Homesick Alien. Guesty setting another time, hasn't moved, 58.075, but he is only just under 2/10 behind Shadow Rider. So Racer Brown then still sitting nicely on pole in the Lexus by a 10th. JTX in the Peugeot, also very fast car in a straight line. Two Audis. Oh no, the Red Rocket is splitting the Audis, I apologise. Alpha down in 5th. Homesick Alien, the down on power, heavy on weight, Subaru sitting in 6th, ahead of Jam. Just dropped behind his teammate on track. Shadow Rider in 8th at Hyundai. It's not seeming to serve him well here. He's done a 57.902. He's just over a second off of pole time and only nearly 2/10 off of the Red Rocket ahead of him. Guesty with a 58.075. So who is going to take pole? Looks like the Pug is up. It's purple. Is the Pug going to sit on pole? It should be. Oh no, how was it purple and then 7/10 down in the next sector? How bizarre. Maybe I was looking at someone else. The computer got confused. So Racer Brown's still not popped into the pits. He's going across the line again with a... Oh no, he just has with the 56.692, just off of his time. And we see JTX in second, just coming around across the line. A few of them have popped in now. You can see Talleyrand's Red Rocket's gone in. Jam Huntington's Red Rocket's gone in. Oh, Skyjacker has gone fastest with a 56.325. Nearly 3/10 ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown. Well, Racer Brown. Well, I think the Audis have popped into the pits. He's up again. He's up again after the first sector. He's on a roll. How's his teammate doing? Alpha just come across. He hasn't come across. Has he? Yeah, he's come across the line. That was a 2:10. Must have popped into the pits, maybe. Not sure what's happening there. Homesick Alien in 6th. He's on an outlap. So I think it's the Audi. The Lexus. The JTX is on an outlap. Talleyrand is on an outlap. Outlap. Shadow Rider on a run. 7/10 down. Nothing going there. So how is Skyjacker's second run? Or is he going to go to the pits? I think he's going to stay out. He's second off. Nothing going there. See Racer Brown just coming around. Parabolica, Harpats in the chat. Hi, Monza looking good. Better than Germany was this morning. Oh, wait, Racer Brown, sorry. Just retaking pole with a 56.054. Something gone off in Germany, I'm not sure. I've been asleep all day, Pat. Anything's happened in the news. Germany this morning. Is it bad weather? It's very sunny here in Monza. I'm feeling quite warm here in the commentary box. So JTX just finishing his out lap. So your grid so far, with 5 minutes left of qualifying, is Racer Brown sitting on pole with a 56.054. Racer Brown appearing in last season's Max 5, going on to win the championship in his rookie season. And now here he is in the MTCC, sitting on pole for round 4, I said, wasn't it? Yeah, round 4. So all is good. in that. The world of Racer Brown, Skyjacker wants the pole, showed fastest in practice, has been sat on pole briefly, and he's coming back for more. Oh, F1, yes, F1 this weekend. Sorry, yeah, I forgot. Oh, medical. Also, helicopter. So no first practice one, or first practice two. Oh, but it was always going to happen when they were doing that makeshift calendar, and I could see that there was these European races going into October. I just thought, they know what the weather's like in Europe, don't they? It's going to be a struggle for them. Racer Brown popping in, put some new new rubber on. That's his secret. That's why he's on pole. He's using leather tyres. New leather. Where did that come from? My words. So Homesick going faster, but staying in 6th position. Shadow Rider going, wow, up to 4th in the Hyundai with a 56.836. Fantastic there for Shadow Rider. 900ths ahead of the Red Rocket of Talleyrand. Some real surprises kicking up here at Monza in Italy. Racer Brown, I wouldn't have figured. Alpha Nut though, going faster, going up into 3rd position with the 56.622 with the last 3 minutes of qualifying. Things are starting to shift around. JTX is getting some new rubber. Shadow Rider, we just saw, putting it onto 4th, getting knocked down by Alpha Nut, moving up into 3rd. Talleyrand, he's on an out lap. Homesick Alien, he went faster earlier, we saw, with a 57.386, but stayed in 6th. But with Shadow Rider moving up, it's put him down into 7th position. Jam Huntington not happy with that car whatsoever, it seems. He's not getting to grips with this like his teammate, although he's half a second up now, so it looks like he's coming back for some. And we've got Guesty in 9th with a 158.075, 4/10 off of Jam Huntington. He's getting a toe off of our pole sitter Racer Brown right now. Racer Brown on an out lap. Here we see Skyjacker with a purple. It's coming up to a time line. 5 seconds. Why do I keep seeing purples and I come back and they're maybe I don't know, but it's not this lap. Skyjacker's going for it. Alpha Nut could use Skyjacker to cut the air for him, and he has, what's that, Talleyrand? Oh, you can see both Red Rockets in the background there. They look great. Up to 8 viewers now. Come on guys, yeah, we're making a movement here on a Friday evening. I think you'll find that cat keeps meowing because she wants feeding, not because she's trying to communicate with you. And there you go, sorry, Alpha Nut going pole with a 55.781, nearly 3/10 faster than Racer Brown. That is a great lap. Racer Brown, oof, looks like he's getting harried by Guesty. I said Guesty, and now I'm wondering if that was right. Yeah, Guesty. Oh, I had a cold all week. I felt awful. These are my woes, guys, if you want to hear them. But I did finish the Witcher season, which was great. I really enjoyed it. I got so excited about it. I pulled out Witcher 3 that was in my cupboard for the PS4, plonked it on, and like within the first sort of like intro video, loads of spoilers, well not spoilers, but loads of stuff came up that isn't in the TV series yet. So I thought, alright, maybe it was a good job I didn't start playing Witcher 3 midway through that TV show. So Alpha Nut just moving out of the way for Racer Brown while he tries to get that pole position back. We've got the last 20 seconds, and this is the last lap. Skyjacker is cutting it fine. JTX is in 4th, Shadow Rider in 5th, Talleyrand is in 6th, Homesick Alien is in 7th, Jam Huntington 8th and Guesty is in 9th. Racer Brown has gone faster. Racer Brown has gone faster. Racer Brown has retaken the pole. We have got a battle for pole here right now, and Racer Brown does not want to give it up. He also gets another lap. He crossed the line in time, so gets to have another bite of the cherry. He's done a 155.715, and it's put him 600ths ahead of Alphanut. Alphanut, he is still on a lap. He's coming up towards Parabolica. Has he got them few extra tenths in him? Talleyrand set a faster time and has gone 3rd. His qualifying is over. There's no more he can do. That's 156.088. Puts him 2 tenths, just over 2 tenths faster than Skyjack and 3 tenths behind Alphanut. But Alphanut is not going for a lap, but JTX got a lap near the end there with a 56.225. That puts him a 10th behind Talleyrand, and Skyjacker is now down to 5th position. Shadow Rider, no one else going for a run. It looks like Guesty might be trying. Homesick Alien, no, he's over. It's all done virtually. We saw Racer Brown was on another note, virtually. So it's just Guesty, I think, is on a lap now. He's in 7th. He's done a right good job. He was right at the back, and now he's ahead of Jam Huntington and Homesick Alien in that Lancer. He's doing a fine job, and it's got a great livery. I really enjoy it. It's got a nice mellow yellow that keeps me chilled. Whenever I feel myself getting excited, I come back to Guesty and just look at his car and find my centre. But here we see Guesty going. He's 4 tenths behind Shadow Rider. It's a lot to ask to try and come across the line and find 4 tenths faster than your fastest. But we're rooting for him. And there you go, across the line, 7 tenths down. Oh, Racer Brown ran out of fuel on that last lap. That's why he wasn't going for it. Alphanut. So only a minute left, and these guys will line up with Racer Brown. Is it his first pole of MTCC? I believe it is. So Racer Brown on pole alongside the monster Audi of Alphanut. Then behind them they will have Talleyrand in the Red Rocket alongside JTX in the Pug. In the row behind them they will have Skyjacker alongside the Hyundai of Shadow Rider, and then behind them we'll have Guesty alongside Homesick in the 2 very fast starting 4-wheel drive cars, so we'll be seeing them jumping up a few positions. And then at the back we see the second Red Rocket of Jam Huntington. Only got 6 seconds left now that I have to find things to say about before we move on to the race, and I can start yelling like a banshee at everyone starting. Going up to that first chicane, we could have a red flag situation. I'm hoping not, but if 3 drivers or 3 players, should I say, call for a red flag, then it will be given and we will have a restart. So 9 people on the grid. Racer Brown leading the way in the Lexus. I will get rid of the big numbers for you because you are not toddlers and you do not need force feeding who is where and what. I'll do that. It makes my job redundant when them big numbers are on there. I may as well just not say yellow and red, but always a good combination. Yeah, and here we go, they're off. Racer Brown, boom, straight away. Great start, up to 2nd place. Shadow Rider, that Hyundai is a good starting car. Homesick already up to 3rd. We said the 4-wheel drive is a good starter, but look at Racer Brown. Lovely space to get into that first chicane, but these guys, whoa, it's tight. Guesty in there, really tight. Shadow Rider trying to get his way through. Homesick, there's we see everyone else feeding through. But Guesty was, late on the brakes or just avoiding, but that plays into Racer Brown's hands perfectly. He's pulling ahead of the pack. Shadow Rider is in 2nd, Talleyrand 3rd, Skyjacker's in 4th, Alphanut is in 5th, Homesick Alien is dropped down to 7th, Jam Huntington is in 8th, Guesty in 9th with, that first chicane. So, wow, look, Racer Brown never been in a better position than this. 3 seconds, but Talleyrand already into 2nd place ahead of Shadow Rider. Looks like Skyjacker's looking for a way past also. Shadow Rider clinging on all he can. Whilst these... Shadow Rider lost the back end.
Shadow Rider is down. Now into the lead. We've got Racer Brown with Talleyrand, and Skyjacker is in third, with Alphanut is in fourth. JTX in the fast pug is in fifth. Homesick Alien sixth. Guesty's up to seventh now. Jam Hunting is eighth. Shadow Rider, what a shame. He's got a bit of damage to the front of that car. He should wear it off. Just shake it off, lad. Shake it off. Walk it off. And there we see Racer Brown still 3 seconds ahead of the Red Rocket of Talleyrand, but we know he knows how to drive that car. Behind them we have the two monsters fighting each other for position. Skyjacker being the lead, Audi Monster ahead of his teammate Alphanut. And they're closing up into the Parabolica to complete the first lap here of 8 around the Temple of Speed in Italy, Monza. My word, what a start we had there. Whew. And here we see there's a tow going on from Alpha. Is he going to try and make a move into the first chicane? He's holding off for now, but JTX might be having a look. JTX might be thinking about it. It's a bit late. No, pulls back in. Lovely. Clean, smooth. Oh, Skyjacker, back end, doesn't want to go. Gives Alphanut the oomph to get past, but not quite. They're side by side. We've got Alphanut on the inside. He's moved up into third now. Skyjacker just lost the back end coming out of the chicane a little bit, and now JTX is thinking about having a go. JTX looking at the two back ends of the Audi, thinking about how to get through. He's alongside Skyjacker. This is so tight going into the chicane. Oh my god, there was contact from JTX to Skyjacker. JTX is looks like he's carrying on. Oh my, Skyjacker will have a shout, a penalty for that, I imagine. And now Homesick Alien trying to get past the Finn in the Subaru. This race is crazy. Racer Brown still 3 seconds. The Red Rocket trying all he might to try and catch him up. Isn't quite there yet. Alphanut 2 seconds behind the Red Rocket. In the lead, Monster Audi ahead of JTX. JTX may be in trouble with the stewards. We're not sure. Did look like there was side-on contact, and Skyjacker did go into the sand trap, which would mean that JTX should redress the situation. But Homesick then in 5th position in the tow. Penalty ref. You're not sure? Oh yeah. Well, you're not wrong. So 5th is Homesick Alien in the tow of the Pug. Jam Hunting and up to 6th, having a bad race in the beginning, but he's already halfway up the field, followed closely by Guesty, who we saw having a nightmare into the first chicane. I think he was playing avoiding game rather than racing game. I think he was just trying to avoid cars best he could. Then Skyjacker we saw going side by side into the second chicane with JTX and ending up in the kitty litter, and Shadow Rider we saw losing the back end on the first lap on one of the curbs. Wow. So Racer Brown still calmly, still holding it together in the lead. No worries here. He's still 3 seconds ahead of the Red Rocket. There is nothing at all to be concerned about. He has no stress. He's getting purples. It's the 3rd lap. Everything's under control. We have no issues here whatsoever. In 2nd place we see the Red Rocket of Talleyrand flying through. He's got the fastest lap of the race. There's nothing calm in this cockpit, nothing at all serene here. This is all work going towards winning the first race of round 4 at Monza for the MTCC4. This man is putting in the graft. Behind him, Alphanut, only 1.5 seconds. He'll be chasing him down. It most certainly is difficult. Yeah, the Pertec, I like the I'll tell you, it's hard with the liveries. It's hard to call it because they're all really nice. But now he's 3.3 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand, try as he might, it's going to be a big ask. He's got more of a concern about the Audi coming from behind. JTX pulled away from Homesick. Looks like Homesick fell down quite a bit. Where is he? He's down there behind Guesty and Jam Hunting. Guesty giving Jam a little bit of stress. Let's get on board and let's let's revel in this racing. down at the start straight, heading towards the first chicane. It's never a nice feeling trying to make a move here. You want to make the move complete before you turn in. He's up the inside, could be messy. He's there. Oh, there we go. We both make it. I think cost Guesty a bit more time. A little nudge coming out. Guesty would have liked Jam to get a move on there. You got to remember, we have a homesick alien. Oh, he's not there. Oh, that's because we had a homesick alien behind us, and now he's up alongside us. Yes, now we can see why Guesty wanted to get a shift on in that chicane and didn't want Jam slowing him up too much, because now he's had to share the whole straight with Homesick, who has slowly eased forward and has made the move into the second chicane. So up ahead we can see that Racer Brown is 6 seconds. Where is Talleyrand? Talleyrand's dropped behind Alpha. I will give it a go, guys, but replays don't really work in this because so much happens. So no, Talleyrand's already behind there. We don't know what happened. That was 18 seconds. I can't go any further back than that. So yeah, no, Talleyrand down to third. Alpha is up into second place, 6 seconds behind Racer Brown. Talleyrand in third position, now defending from JTX. JTX, the penalties, don't matter so much in the MTCC. We're allowed to burn them down naturally to keep the racing close. A steward will look later on post-race to check for any corner cutting. So Jam Huntington up into 5th place. We saw him having a terrible race, but he has slowly but surely made himself into 5th position, with Homesick Alien just behind, with Guesty following Homesick Alien. Shadow Rider we saw really early on having a massive off, and now he is in 8th, with Skyjacker in 9th, who we saw have a big one-on-one with JTX in the chicane. I thought he was ahead of Shadow Rider even after that, so he must have had another off. I am not sure, but in a race that should have had Audi's name all over the trophy, we see that there's an Audi trailing the rest of the field by 30 seconds. So Racer Brown 6.5 seconds now ahead of the lead Audi. I don't think there's anything that Audi can do. We're on lap 5. What's the tyre wear like? Fine between the two of those. Talleyrand, he's a second ahead of JTX. I imagine JTX now is starting to feel pain in the understeering Peugeot. And if his front tyres are starting to go off, he'll be understeering even more. He's got 5.5 seconds. Oh my god, Jam Huntington. Jam Huntington, we see, has had a big drop. I don't know if we'll catch it. He's there. Oh, it's in the second chicane onto the sausages, and they had him around. Oh, poor Jam. Not his day. Not his day at all. There's Shadow Rider, just to put a little bit of salt onto the wound coming through. And that is how Jam went from a great 5th, after I said how great it was, down to 8th, just ahead of Skyjacker now. So Guesty harrying Homesick Alien, giving him all the hassle you could possibly give him. I think he didn't want to lose that spot. No, these two doing each other a favour and giving each other a bump draft. Oh, I love it. He's got an alien on his bumper. Homesick Alien. Look, that's brilliant. No, next time Guesty gives him another bump draft. Hey, the 4-wheel drive boys working closely together. I see. I like it. Helping each other out. Those FF cars will be ripping their tyres apart pretty soon. So if these two can kind of keep up in any way possible. Oh, he doesn't know what side to go. He's going the alien side. There we go. Through the first chicane. Lovely and clean. Oh, maybe not. That back end just getting a little loose. Let me get back to a normal camera and we'll have a look through the field. Lovely little race there between the two 4-wheel drives. So Racer Brown now 7.2 seconds with the fastest lap under his belt. So that's pole, fastest lap, and a race win at the moment, pending the next 2 laps. Ahead of Alpha Nuts, who's got a great second place there. 3 seconds ahead of the Red Rocket, but the Red Rocket now, it looks like it's struggling, and JTX is applying a little bit of pressure.
So Talleyrand having to defend hard and be 5 seconds behind this battle. We saw the two four-wheel drives bump drafting each other. If this battle becomes anything more in the next lap or so, we might see these two cars coming across these guys. Shadow Rider, he's got a little breathing space before Jam Huntington, but Jam Huntington will be trying to consolidate a bad race for himself, and Skyjacker, he can try and get fastest lap, I suppose, from there. The Racer Brown at the moment has the fastest lap with a 56.337. Alpha Nut, like I said, in second. This is the race. JTX and Talleyrand, and just behind them the two four-wheel drives are racing. We see Guesty trying to make a move. Guys, don't race each other. You were doing it right with the bump drafting. You could have caught up these guys ahead of you, maybe, but now you're racing each other. Or maybe Homesick's going to drop behind and bump draft Guesty. No, they're going alongside each other. And there we see Homesick, a bit braver on the brakes, pulling ahead to go around on their penultimate lap. JTX and Talleyrand still joined together by 2/10. JTX looking for a way to get past. It's going to be a struggle against Talleyrand. He knows his car, he knows how to drive it, he knows where to place it. You're going to be having a struggle of a fight on. 6 seconds ahead of the two four-wheel drives. But they're racing each other, so they're costing each other time. I think if they bump drafted each other, they may have caught these guys on the last lap. That's just my humble opinion. So I've gone on board with JTX because we were 2/10 behind Talleyrand, and now since then we've dropped back. So we'll come back out of the car, we'll have a look, see how the rest of the field's doing. Homesick and Guesty still quite close down there. Guesty's just done his fastest lap of a 57.93953, sorry. Chasing down the alien, he's out wide there, but there we are, locked in a tight battle. Homesick Alien's just done his fastest lap of a 58.239. Coming into the Parabolica, can Guesty make a move? Not quite. These guys are nearly 6 seconds behind the battle for third and fourth with Talleyrand and JTX. So Homesick's just done his fastest of a 58.31. Guesty looking on the outside line. Is he going to switch it underneath? Oh, that's a lovely line through there. See, the Subaru was wiggling a little bit. Whoa, we're on our last lap, and I have just spotted that Talleyrand is now behind JTX. I don't know if we'll get... No, he's already made the move. I don't know how long ago. That was 18 seconds ago, so I don't know when it happened. But yes, JTX has moved up into a podium position. No, they haven't finished fighting it over yet. We're on the last lap now. We're just coming around. Talleyrand's taking it back into third. The Red Rocket still on the podium at the moment, but JTX has the oomph down the straight. There's still half a lap to go. Racer Brown is leading from Alpha Nut. Talleyrand in third, or is he? Is he in third? We're not sure. There's only a few corners to make that decision left, and JTX has been harrying him for the whole race virtually. Yeah, JTX pulling out, he's having a look, he's on the outside going into the Parabolica. Racer Brown's just coming out of the Parabolica. So Racer Brown, there you go, you see him crossing the line. Congratulations Racer Brown, awesome stuff. There's Alpha Nook just going around, and here we are, side by side in the Parabolica. Talleyrand just ahead. Is he just ahead though? He's on the inside, he's got the line. JTX coming back around, and I think Talleyrand is going to take third position ahead of JTX. Congratulations, great defending, great driving from the pair of those. Guesty, he managed to get Homesick in the end,
but he didn't get the 5th place because he was carrying a penalty, and it's dropped him down into 6th position. So Homesick Alien, a great 5th and 6th from the 4-wheel drive cars. Shadow Rider just coming around 7th. We saw him having early woes in the race, a curb, and they're having him off, smashing the front of his engine. He finishes 7th ahead of Jam Huntington, who finishes, it's a bad day for teammates, the Red Rocket in 8th, with the monster Audi coming round to finish in 9th. And that was your first race, with Shadow Rider taking his first win of the MTCC. Thank you, well done, congratulations. What an awesome helmet. There you go, pole position, fastest lap, and victory. El Treblare. Well done, man. That's great stuff. Love it. How many different winners is MTCC going to have this season? Really, honestly, it's getting ridiculous. I think we're up to like 5 different winners in 9 races, like at the last round. That must make it now like 6 different winners in 10 races. It's unbelievable. That was a beautiful race. Some great racing from Guesty and Homesick, and some JTX, Talleyrand. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Carly, he says, congratulations, Racer Brown, 86. It was a great win. I usually take you to the race results. I don't know why we're watching this. Oh, JTX has apologised to Skyjacker, so he does know he had an issue, but he didn't redress, as they say. So there we see Racer Brown finishing in 1st place, his first win in the MTCC. So congratulations. Alpha Nut continuing his great fortune in the MTCC. He's 2nd in the championship. He's finished ahead of Talleyrand, so that can all but add to his championship run. Talleyrand there in 3rd place, hard fought for his podium position, really did have to fight for it from JTX, which may be getting a steward's inquiry against him, which probably will drop him behind Homesick and Guesty. How far did they fall apart? 6 seconds. Now, in me knowing the stewards, as I know the stewards, it's usually 5 seconds for contact and 10 seconds for not redressing, so that is usually a 15-second penalty. Yeah, that will put JTX probably behind Homesick and Guesty, but I suppose we'll just have to see what the stewards say. So JTX in a possible 4th place. What do they call it? Provisional 4th place. Homesick Alien in a 5th position. It was a hard fight. He got up earlier on from the start, but with the differential in top end speed, he had to drop back, and he finished a fine 5th, ahead of Guesty in 6th, Shadow Rider in 7th, Jam Huntington just wasn't his weekend, finishing 8th, and Skyjacker obviously finishing 9th with his earlier coming together with JTX. Racer Brown got your fastest lap. It was awesome. We're going to go in 10. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like there's any cars buzzing around, so it's alright having a longer break for me. Here we go, Shadow Rider. Yeah, you're my guy. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast. Oh, I'll get rid of those big numbers for you before I disappear. There we go. Yes, have fun with the Hyundai Red Bull with Shadow Rider, and I'll be back soon. salve, buonasera e benvenuti al circolo di ravvisiti virtuale. Yeah, I was so pleased about it. I thought I was going to do it again. Hello again. Welcome back. Race 1 was epic. I'm not telling you about it. You'll have to watch the rest of the video. We were leading up to race 2. I've got to give them the secret code word, which I'm just about to do. So this is a long one, and I've picked up the controller because I don't have a keyboard right next to me. So I'm going to go with the boys are back in town. There we go. It's very hard for me to concentrate on typing and talking. But did you see how quick I typed? That wasn't terrible, was it? For someone who doesn't use a keyboard, that wasn't awful. Oh look, he's asked for readies, and I'm going to give it one of those. Oh no, I'm not. It seems. No, not that button. It's L2, isn't it? There you go. And there we go. Gentle whisper into the ear of Talleyrand. Yes, of course I'm ready. So, hope you've been diddling okay while I've been away. I've moved the rabbits now. I can't use them as an excuse. They've been moved into... Do you know, I could call it a conservatory and sound posh, but I'm telling you, it's more of a glass lean-to than what I would call a conservatory. But they're in there now, so there's no chasing them. They bring themselves in. As soon as it gets dark, they get the scares on. Comes in. It's lovely. Shame they can't stay in there in the winter, but it's just too hot. I can't have them in there. They bubble up. We'll be having rabbit stew. So Talleyrand has started the final for race 2, which will be standing start of the results of race 1. So Racer Brown will be your pole sitter, ahead of the Alpha Nut, who would be ahead of Talleyrand, who's ahead of JTX. Called it. Boom. I know my stuff. This is where you come if you want the info. Hey? All that stupid talk, that just puts you, that's just to put you off. So when I do say something that's actually right, you're all dumbfounded. You're all like, no, he's reading that. And I still didn't get the map of the track, so we're still going to be saying that corner and this corner. And here we are, we're starting for the race 2. They're off. Racer Brown having a great start. The Audi looks sluggish already. We see Homesick Alien is up into 2nd place, with Guesty following him into 3rd. They're all going to hit that first chicane at the same time. Alpha Nut, like I said, was a bit sluggish. Same with Talleyrand. They're getting through, are they? Homesick still in 2nd, ahead of Shadow Rider, ahead of Guesty. Watching Alpha Nut with JTX and Talleyrand showing off alongside each other. Skyjacker is ahead of Jam Huntington, so leading the race. Racer Brown, like as in the first race, with the 4-wheel drive. Homesick Alien just behind him, and Guesty is in 3rd ahead of Shadow Rider, but Shadow Rider has got better speed in the straight. They're going into the 2nd chicane. So far so good. Everyone making it in, through and out again. There we go. Beautiful racing by these guys. The Red Rockets are at the wrong end of the group, it seems, with Racer Brown there leading from Homesick Alien. Had an amazing start off the line, same as Guesty. Both of those in the 4-wheel drive just leaped everybody else, got themselves up into a lovely 2nd and 3rd place. Do a bit of bump drafting, guys. Stay with them. Shadow Rider, he seems to have fallen off the back of Guesty a little bit there, going through the corners, and now Alpha Nut is making the move. Not quite, he's still sitting behind him. We're on variable, we're on that standard camera again. I'll try and change it to variable so we don't get those long shots and we don't see the action. Yes, so Alpha Nut looking to make a move up the inside in the parabolic car. Is he going to make it stick? It looks like he's going to make it stick before he's on the brakes. He's going to get through. There he is. Now Alpha up into a 4th position. Those 4-wheel drives, better watch out. Ahead of them, they don't know what they're in for. There, see Shadow Rider going down to 5th position. JTX still ahead of the Red Rocket of Talleyrand, who's holding off Skyjacker, but Skyjacker looks like
he is going to make a move into the first chicane, sitting on board with Skyjacker, looking one side. Oh, the little nudge, not enough to put Talleyrand off. He goes into the corner, absolutely fine, and everyone survives. Looks like Shadow Rider is having a stress there. He's off the racing line. He's dropping down into 6th position behind JTX there. So Shadow Rider not getting as much out of this race as he did in race 1. Taking him a while to warm his tyres up, get up into racing pace with these guys. Side by side with Talleyrand into the second chicane now, splitting up the love affair between the Audi and the Volkswagen that we've had during this race so far. Now up ahead we will have another look. Racer Brown only a second ahead away from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien still in that second place with Guesty in third. These guys towing each other around. It's a beautiful sight, teamwork, and they are working well together. So Alpha Nut though only a second behind with a purple, although it's lap 2, everyone gets purples, remember. There we see JTX just ahead. Oh, Talleyrand, they've got ahead of Shadow Rider. I've missed that, I do apologise. Oh no, Talleyrand making a rare mistake. He's got back onto the track though, but Skyjacker and Shadow Rider both moving past him. And his teammate Jam Huntington a little bit further behind him, but will be upon him in the Parabolica. So up in the lead then, Racer Brown still just over a second ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien doing all he can, keeping that second place with Guesty only 3/10 behind. And Alpha Nut there in 4th position, looming large, with a better straight line speed than the cars ahead of him. JTX there, he's got a bit of breathing space. There's a little group of cars here, a gaggle of Group 4 cars we'll call it, with Shadow Rider leading from Skyjacker, with Talleyrand in 8th and Jam in 9th. The 2 Red Rockets right at the back of the field. Who would have called that? Talleyrand adventuring into the Italian countryside there between Ascari and a Parabolica, yes, but he was definitely doing a bit of sightseeing, it seems. So Racer Brown way ahead now of Homesick. Homesick starting to drop back 2 seconds. Oh, there we see Alpha showing the supremacy of the straight line speed of the Audi, getting past Guesty now, who is only 1 second ahead of JTX. Shadow Rider looks like he's pulled JTX in a little bit. He's being pushed by Skyjacker. He can't hang about. He looks like he's getting onto pace now. Those tyres must have warmed up for him in the Hyundai. Racer Brown 3 seconds ahead of Homesick. Homesick really dropping off like a brick. Maybe he was catching a little bit of toe all the time. He was about a second behind, but as soon as he broke the toe, that's it. Homesick's hit a brick wall. And he's got Alpha Nut only 1 second behind now, chasing him down. Great position still though, 2nd and 4th for the 2 4-wheel drives, down on straight line speed here. As like Pat said, the cathedral of speed. Earlier in the chats, you really should jump on YouTube with us. I don't know who I'd be telling to jump on YouTube with us, because if you're on YouTube with us, you see that the chat's on. If you're listening, you know, so it seems a pointless thing, but the chat is always fun with a group of guys watching. And you should get involved. If you're watching and you haven't typed something, just type something, just say thingy smells. JTX then in 5th position, only a second behind Guesty. Oh dear, what do we have here? Skyjacker, Shadow Rider. Looks like there has been something, and Skyjacker is waiting. We'll have a quick looky see. So here we see Shadow Rider is behind Skyjacker. He's got the inside of him. Ooh, Skyjacker's giving him a little nudge and spun him slightly around in the middle of the corner. And oh, how cruel! GT4 puts him back on the track, the other side of the corner. That's evil. Oh, and we've got Shadow Rider and he's off again. Oh, and the track Shadow Rider having an awful time there. It looked like the GT Sport put him back on track right in Huntingdon's way. So up at the front then we've got Racer Brown. Homesick still ahead of Alpha Nut, believe it or not. He is ringing that Subaru every bit of life it's got. I must say he has been taunted a few times this week in the Discord by Talleyrand, who keeps reminding him, if he even mentions anything about his horsepower, that Talleyrand reminds him he managed to get second here last season at Monza in the Subaru. So it can be done. So Homesick, I think he has a little bit to prove to actually at least get the same as Talleyrand. That reset system is really nice sometimes. Yeah, it really is great. So here we see Alpha Nut now going to make the move on Homesick. And no, Homesick cannot achieve that what Talleyrand achieved last season here at Monza so far. But in the corners the Subaru should be faster. Maybe he could come out of the chicane a little bit faster, but JTX looks like he's already got past. Ooh, Guesty. Looked like Guesty was sharing a bit of his car paint with the back of the Peugeot, but there we go. JTX having a great race up into 4th position ahead of Guesty in 5th. We see the Red Rocket. He was having a bit of sightseeing earlier. He's back on track in 6th after Skyjacker and Shadow Rider having their thing. Skyjacker in 7th. Not a great round for him in a car that should do well here. He will not be impressed. In 8th, Jump. Guys, why? Oh, Carly, are you not? I don't like to impress gender on people. I don't know anyone's gender. I just say guys as in a generic guys. Dudes, guys. And then if I've got your gender wrong, I do so apologise. Guys and gals. So, yeah, did you hear me squirm? Did you start hearing me panic then? Oh dear, oh no. What have I done? Here we go. Racer Brown is in 1st by nearly 5 seconds. Alpha has got past the Alien, but we saw that, didn't we? And the Homesick Alien in a fine 3rd, but JTX 2 seconds behind. Where are we now? We're on lap 5 of 8. I'm just taking a sip of my Red Bull. It's rather delicious. 5th is Guesty. He hasn't dropped back from JTX. He seems to have kept with him in the tow, and with tyre wear he might be able to come back at him. So, ooh, little nudge in the corner there from JTX. He does like to get close, not from JTX, from Guesty on JTX. He does like to get up close and personal with the Peugeot of JTX, sorry. There we go. Racer Brown is leading 4.6. Alpha Nut in a fine 2nd place, with Homesick Alien taking up the last podium position. But has it been decided, or has the Alien managed to stay with the Audi long enough for the Audi to have worn its tyres out? They look about the same, but I think the 4-wheel drive drives better on worn tyres. Oh, thank you. Sorry. You made me get all flustered. So JTX is... Oh, no, you mean it was a little peck on the cheek from Guesty to JTX. I thought that was from you to me. I don't feel well, okay? It's hard for me to think. It's very cloudy up here in my head. You must be able to hear that I'm slightly bunged. Talleyrand in the Red Rocket in 6th position, ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker, he'll be fuming, I imagine. I imagine he was coming into this round feeling quite buoyant that car there, the green monster, would be coming away with a win. I don't know for sure, but yes, your superpower of being a woman. Racer Brown then still leading. I don't know what to say. I feel like I'll get myself deeper in any kind of hole. I'm trying not to fall into right now. So I'm kind of dancing around that skirt of that. Even talking about holes, I'm not comfortable with that actually. I'm moving away from that subject and moving on to how amazing is Homesick staying with Alphanut right now. He's using the toe perfectly. Ooh, in real life that Subaru would have blown its engine. It would have redlined. Yes, thank you very much, Carly. So Homesick holding his third position behind Alphanut. Pat, help! No, that's not helping. That's just digging the hole with me. Just talk about a livery, Pat. Say about how great the lines on that Audi TT looks. The way they've contrasted the purple with the black and the white is stunning, and the way they make the MTCC stand out on the purple patch is fantastic. It's great, and the splotch of orange on the side so Alpha is only just holding that second place from Homesick Alien. I'm sticking with this not just because I'm panicking, it's because it's the only race on, I promise. Everyone else is quite spaced out, so this is the race. I'm not fobbing you off. Alphanut then still holding the lead. No, it's not a great showing for the Rocket drivers, Pat. You're right. I imagine they were feeling like a skyjacker. Look at this. What are we on with? Is this the final lap? Final lap, and he's swinging from one side to another. He does not know what side to overtake on. Racer Brown there, 6.4 seconds. This is great. 2 from 2 here at Monza in the Lexus. He'll be grinning from ear to ear. I imagine when this season started, it didn't look good for the Lexus. Did not look great on track. But here we are, round 4, 2 wins. That's got to be great for a championship. I didn't notice where he was in the championship, but that will definitely help him out. Alphanut, he's having a great run these last 2-3 races, really consistently up there in the top 3. Homesick Alien is in the 3rd position, which is a great race from him in an underpowered 4-wheel drive car here at the Cathedral of yes, they definitely, I agree with you. Anything you say. No, it is. It's cool as fun. It's cool as good. As cool as something. Again, another subject I wouldn't broach or go near. Homesick Alien in 3rd. Guesty, great 4th in the 4-wheel drive. I thought, JTX was ahead of Guesty, so somewhere in all my fumbling and fliggering around, I missed that JTX has dropped behind Guesty. I apologise. I imagine you all enjoyed my discomfort more than the fact that I wasn't following the race very well. So Talleyrand, 6th, ahead of Skyjacker, who is ahead of Jam Huntington. And we're going to watch Racer Brown going across the line, and Homesick and Alpha. Look at them, never that far apart these last 3-4 laps. They've been the stars of the shows. Finished 2nd and 3rd. Guesty coming around in 4th to cross the line. JTX in 5th, ahead of Talleyrand in the Red Rocket in 6th. Skyjacker is finishing in 7th position, ahead of Jam Huntington, so it's not terrible for Skyjacker. 7th, Jam Huntington, it's not his round this weekend, is in 8th, and Shadow Rider looking good early on. He got caned by GT Sport. He absolutely got spanked. I don't know what I can say in this anymore. There's girls watching, guys. I can't, Shadow Rider finishing 9th. Oh dear. Yeah, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. I got really warm during that race. I don't know why. Pole position, that's just the race rule, but he's got fastest lap and victory, so maximum points for Racer Brown so far. I am definitely going to go off air for a little bit. and get myself together, have a word with myself. Here are your results. Racer Brown finishing in first for the second time tonight. Alpha Nut, was that finishing second for the second time tonight? And Homesick Alien, a new addition to the podium with a third position. Guesty is in fourth, ahead of JTX, which we saw JTX overtaking Guesty, but we did not see how Guesty got back ahead of JTX. In sixth position we have Talleyrand, and in seventh we have Skyjacker, ahead of Jam Huntington in eighth position, and Shadow Rider finishing ninth in the Hyundai. Racer Brown got your fastest lap with a 1:56.176. That was great. I loved that. That was brilliant. Race 2 under our belts, only one more to go. That will be a reverse of those results. So Shadow Rider on pole with Jam Huntington alongside, Skyjacker on the second row alongside Talleyrand, JTX next with Guesty alongside him, Homesick, and then Alpha with Racer Brown at the back. So it's going to be a tough call for Racer Brown, but if straight line speed is his ally, then this is the perfect track for him to start at the back. Yeah, Alpha was struggling with his rear under braking, so that was a really hard work for him. Someone asked, oh, Jam, is that Racer Brown if he's going for the hat trick? Could be done, it could be done, but there's some fast cars he's got to get past. It's going to be exciting and interesting. So that would be interests. No, I'm not even going to try and put the two words together. So the boss has said we're going in 10 minutes. Ooh, I like the third race. It's always like hazy. They go for a nice sort of like sunset sort of thing. It's like you're on holiday somewhere nice, or the sun's low. Right, we'll get rid of the big numbers and we'll bring that back, and we will follow Skyjacker. We will try, but I warn you now, there may be donuts. I will see you as soon as possible. I'm going to go and throw some cold water over me or something and cool myself off a little bit. See you soon, guys and girls.
Hello again. I'm here, your broadcaster, with the smooth sounds of the Virtual Racers Club. Sit back and relax. I've just got to let them know I'm back. Oh god, people are disappearing all over the place, aren't they? I was with Skyjacker. I come back and he sat on the... here we go. We'll sit with the winner chicken dinner so far this evening, and then we'll do a little messaging to let them know that I'm ready to go again. I think I'm going to choose the song by Tom Petty. Let me see. Does that work? No, that. I won't back down. There you go. Look at this. It's cultured. With all these classic songs that I don't Google beforehand. While I'm trying to smoke a cigarette in 30 seconds flat. I'm getting really good at it now. I'm like down to 3 drags. Oops, yeah, I've got rid of that. So wow, what an evening we've had so far with that man taking full dominance. I think we'll rename him to Monza Brown, because he's been destroying all around him. What a great showing we've had. So, is the T-Rex in the paddock? I don't know what that means. There's a big elephant in the room that I'm trying not to address, but no, white elephant, not big elephant, isn't it? But I don't know about a T-Rex. So Jam, they're in first place. In third we have a Shadow Rider. Well, this is just your practice times anyway, so I just went into commentating mode. Well, the fourth is Racer Brown ahead of JTX, and there we see moving at turbo pace. If you've ever seen the turbo, he's a snail. It's not funny when you explain it. There is in 6th place with Alpha Nuts. Oh yeah, Patrick Smith, he said extraordinary. Is that the word you're looking for? I'm pretty sure it probably was. Hey up, there's a GG and a few Y's. I will put myself there. Homesick's gone with a soft Y. Look, I see. I like it a lot. Let me see what I can do. Here we go. There's my Y. Why is it not gone? Oh, I'm so rubbish at this. Press X, then R2. I pressed R2 before X. Then there we go. So, it's imminently happening, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and relax, because wow, we're going to be watching that man there. Has to first of all get past that man there before he can go on and try and get 3 from 3. And we've not had anyone who's won more than 2 in a row. I think we've had Talleyrand to win 2 in a row, and we have had Alpha Nut win 2 in a row, but we have not had maximum dominance over one weekend. The reverse grid really does make it difficult for them to do that. But I don't know, I've got a feeling Racer Brown might just have the oomph today to do it. We're on a rolling start. We'll get rid of, I mean, the numbers, they're like bigger than the cars. It's not subtle, is it? If you could turn it down, maybe I'd have some sort of thing hovering above the car, just for you guys, so you can mute me and just watch the racing. Because my god, that must have been painful, that last race. It felt painful. I don't know why I fell apart. I just did. Okay, I just suddenly got all tongue-tied and wasn't sure, and then every time I found myself saying something, there we go, we're off, we're over the line. Shadow Rider is going and leading the pack from Jam Huntington. Is he going to turn his fortunes around this evening? It's been a couple of poor races. Skyjacker has had some awful luck this evening also. We see Talleyrand just slowing down enough before the chicane. We've got Alpha and Homesick carrying on their battle from the first race, and Homesick has managed to get past with, it looks like, your Monza Brown is trying to make a move on Alpha Nut, and he has managed to make it. One down. 7 to go. Monza Brown, can you do it? Have you got it? So, looking up at the front then, Shadow Rider still ahead of Jam Huntington. It looks a little bit closer in the middle though. Talleyrand, JTX, Guesty, all in a little bunch. Homesick Alien just behind them. Ooh, Alpha Nut looked like he's putting a wheel on the dirt, but he's coming back at Racer Brown. Racer Brown, I don't think he's had to get past anyone yet today, so he might be a bit out of practice. I said Racer Brown, and I meant to call him Monza Brown. So Shadow Rider still 6/10 ahead of Jam Huntington, who's a second ahead of Skyjacker, who is ahead of Talleyrand by 3/10, but it's not much. That camera angle is awful. Let me change it. So we have a bit of a pan on the cars rather than them just driving past us. So it looks like Talleyrand is struggling with JTX just behind. We'll get on board with JTX to see what we can see. And we can see JTX is looking up the inside of the Parabolica. Shadow Rider still leading from Jam Huntington with Skyjacker in third. We can see Talleyrand just ahead of us. What a lovely sunset, eh? Do you know, I'd like to just park up on the Parabolica and sit with Carly and just look at the sun coming down, rather than where we see Talleyrand is making a move up the inside of Skyjacker, and there we're going to have 3 wide in the first chicane. That is ridiculous. Let's sort ourselves out, guys. Ooh, that's not commentating, that's just noise, but that's all I can produce when there's 3 cars going for the first chicane. It's spooky. Guesty there is come right up to this group in 6th position. Oh my lord, God, my heart's beating. So Skyjacker leading JTX, who's got Talleyrand alongside. Now we're going to do it again in the second chicane, all 3. Skyjacker has lost the back end. I thought I might have seen a tap first, and oh God, we're all off. Everyone's off. Who's getting back on again? Here we see, right. Oh my. Shadow Rider leading. JTX now is in second. Talleyrand is in third. Racer Brown fell off. Racer Brown didn't fall off. I didn't see Racer Brown involved in any of that. Oh, Racer Brown was coming up from behind, wasn't he? Sure. I thought Racer Brown was leading, but obviously, yeah, that's really played out for Racer Brown. He's up to 4th position now, ahead of Homesick Alien. Alpha Nut is in 6th. Jam Huntington is down in 7th. Skyjacker in 8th, and Guesty is in 9th. So Talleyrand ended up in 3rd. So that didn't affect Talleyrand as much as I thought it had. Or JTX, just Skyjacker really dropped off. Poor Skyjacker. I thought all 3 of those were off, but here we see JTX and Talleyrand still racing each other. It was just Skyjacker and Guesty that was affected by that accident in the chicane, and it seems like JTX and Talleyrand still carrying on. I wasn't sure if there was some touch from a red rocket, but Jam Huntington was in second, so he somehow ended up down at the back. His weekend still going from worse to worse. Hopefully Sunday night will be better for him. He's had a good showing in the HPEC. Oh dear, we see. Oh, they made it through though. I thought Talleyrand really was oofing JTX around on the side there, but JTX seemed to get through the corner. It's all shiny at the moment, and Shadow Rider leading the race, 4.5 seconds. Could it be another different winner? I don't want to say it too soon because people say I curse them when I talk about it. There we see Talleyrand has got ahead of JTX now under threat from Racer Brown, but Homesick Alien, remember, if he can stay in your toe, he will race you till the line. Alpha Nut just behind these guys. It won't be long until he's caught them back up again. Jam Huntington up to 7th. Skyjacker's weekend not great at all from Monza. And Guesty back there in 9th. We saw those 2 having an issue in the second chicane. And also Jam Huntington seemed to be involved, but I don't know how. Shadow Rider 4.3 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand now pulling away. Oh, Racer Brown going for a move up the inside of JTX mid-corner. My word, and Homesick getting through. JTX must have had an issue in the corner, and he's lost 2 places. It looks like Alpha Nut is just about to take him as well. Carly anytime. And Pat says going 3 wide into Ratafilio, and then the second chicane as well is always tasty to watch. Yeah, I don't think Skyjacker or Guesty enjoyed the experience. Now we've got Racer Brown up into 3rd position. Homesick Alien 4th. Alpha Nut has come back at him though. Alpha Nut looking for a way past the Subaru. He's looking on the outside. Subaru going defensive. Subaru is ahead just on a straight line speed alone, and Homesick will have to watch himself from the Peugeot. Oh, it's so tight, these cars, they're so brave. And there Homesick coming back at Alpha Nut mid-corner. It's just no room for racing, but they find it, they really do find it. Now Shadow Rider 4 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand a big ask to do in 4 laps to catch him up, and he's got to stay out of the way of Racer Brown, who has been absolutely untouchable this whole round. Alpha Nut then into 4th position. Cars moving around all over the place. Homesick Alien managing to make a run back at him. We're going into a corner, which let's say is the Subaru's favourite part of this track. But no, Homesick has to concede and stay in 5th, with the JTX very interested in the real estate just ahead of Homesick Alien. Jam Huntington in 7th position, consolidating a terrible round for him, but not as bad as Skyjack. See Jam? On reflection, there's always someone who's having a worse time than you. That's Skyjack. I was going to make some bets. See, I'm really careful now. I was going to make some bets. That's usually the fact when I'm... But no. Up to 2nd now is Racer Brown. It's great stuff. Oh yeah, where's Alpha? Oh dear. Carly's more on the ball than me. You should take the mic. Here we see they're going in. Oh, what's happened? Ooh, Alpha Nut gives Talleyrand a nudge. I see. Oh dear, and he's waiting for Talleyrand, and that is why Racer Brown is up into 2nd position. And Talleyrand still hasn't come. There he comes. Here we go. Let's carry on racing. Oh, well spotted, Carly. So Shadow Rider then in 1st position still, 5 seconds on lap 5. I don't want to say anything positive yet. I don't want to ruin it for him, but man alive, that looks good, doesn't it, eh? Shadow Rider 1st, Racer Brown 2nd. It's all the new faces. I love it. Goodbye, old guard. The fresh blood takes over. Brilliant. Racer Brown in 2nd place. Homesick Alien is in 3rd in his underpowered Subaru. Are you watching, Casper? JTX is in 4th. Are you watching? Are you there? You should have come. Look. It's been crazy. You would have got points out of this for definite. Talleyrand in a 5th position then, after fighting for 2nd place. 2nd place with JTX. There was also crazy stuff with Alpha Nut involved also. I'm only joking, Casper. It is definitely on, and I feel divided, because it would be great for Shadow Rider to win a race. He's had a bad championship so far in that Hyundai. I don't think he's been enjoying it, but he's been turning up, he's been cracking on, and it's just, you know, but Racer Brown to do the treble would be so cool. It would be awesome. It would be, oh, that hurts. I don't know who I'm rooting for. I'm struggling here. I should be following the race, because Homesick Alien is under immense pressure now from JTX, but JTX carrying a horrible penalty. What could he have possibly done to deserve that? So JTX moving up into 3rd place, but unless he doesn't get rid of 2.5 seconds in the next couple of laps, that's going to put him behind Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien now in 4th. Talleyrand and Alpha carrying it on.
a little bit further back than where they were, but they're carrying it on. Here, I haven't hit a single one of them today. I apologise. I feel like I'm selling you short. There you go. Alphanot on the outside of Talleyrand. Now he's on the inside, and he makes the move. Does he? No, because the Red Rocket can come out of a corner a lot better than the Monster Audi. And the Monster Audis have found each other on track. They seem to have lost each other all weekend, and now look at them, they're back together. So Talleyrand trying to defend from the Monster Audi, but the Monster Audi goes flying in there. I think he missed his braking spot. Oh dear, that's not great. And now Skyjacker is ahead somehow of Talleyrand. Wow, I missed that. I saw Alpha going deep. Skyjacker must have made the move into the corner, and now Talleyrand 6th, Skyjacker in 5th, turning this weekend around. Look at that, awesome stuff. Shadow Rider then 3 seconds. He's lost another second on Racer Brown. Racer Brown is a man possessed. He's in that Lexus, and he's wanting to make Pertec happy. He's trying to put a big smile on his sponsors' faces today with a treble, with all 3 trophies in the shade of gold. But can he do it? 3 seconds, 2 laps. Pat says, at what point will there be a suspicious message? Racer Brown is faster than you. Monza giving us more great racing. Oh, it's been brilliant. It really has. I was feeling a bit rough with the cold. I've had to drag myself through work. I haven't been a pleasant person to be around, and I thought, oh, I hope I don't bring that grumpiness onto the air with me. And I must say, this has perked me right up. There we go. We see Skyjacker and Talleyrand side by side going for it. Skyjacker just ahead, but Talleyrand's got that inside line. But now Skyjacker, but we know that Audi TT does not feel comfortable coming out of this chicane. And the little Red Rocket, bro, there it goes. Look, no hanging about. Talleyrand ahead, but by the end of the straight, that Audi will have the dominance on them. Shadow Rider 2.5 seconds. He's lost another half a second. They're on the penultimate lap. Racer Brown is definitely coming. He's done 56.3, a 56.4. Shadow Rider's doing 57.8, 57.8. He's pushing as much as he can. Can he do it? He's got quite a bit on him. Made 2 seconds in 2 laps, Carly says. Gonna be close, definitely. Most definitely. There we see JTX under pressure from Homesick. Homesick does not let it go, does he? Once he's got it in between his teeth, he bites down. And there we see Homesick making a move on to JTX, and he makes it stick. JTX really struggling with that penalty. He still hasn't shaken it off. Pat says that Lexus is looking good. The performance and the livery, the Rocket and Monster cars still get me for looks though. They are fine to look at, it must be said. But today, 1.8 seconds going into the last lap. Shadow Rider's heart will be in his mouth. He knows a faster car is definitely behind him. 1.6 seconds. 1 lap to go from these 2 guys. Homesick Alien barely holding on to the lead he has over JTX. JTX got a big penalty. Oh, JTX just showing just ahead at the end of the start straight, and there's nothing Homesick Alien can do about it. He just has to sit there and try and get out the corner faster, which he can do. He's there up alongside, but no, JTX back on with it again. Skyjacker in 4th. He's having an ongoing battle with Talleyrand in the Red Rocket. They keep swapping positions. It's a great battle they're having. Alphanut in 7th, just ahead of Guesty. We haven't seen much of these guys, I must say. I've been neglected looking around. Shadow Rider only 1 second. Only 1 second, right, I'm sorry. I know other people are racing, but this is intense. We're sitting on board with Racer Brown. What's at stake? The treble. He wants it. He wants all 3 wins. The only thing standing in his way, it was a tall order. It was never going to be on the cards for a race. Reverse grid, rolling start. Too many cars to get past. Too much of a job to do. But because of other things happening, we find ourselves in second place. Only 7 tenths behind the car that's in our way of getting the treble. 6 tenths, 5 tenths. We've got 1 corner left. 4 tenths. We're in the toe. Just 1 corner is too much. You can't. 3 tenths. What can we do? What can he do? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Shadow Rider. I want you to have a win, but this is tight. This is going to be tight. Oh my God, they're going to cross the line side by side. Racer Brown did it by 4 hundredths. Racer Brown, Shadow Rider, second place is a great position. Oh my God, Homesick Alien just ahead of JTX for finishing in 3rd. Talleyrand ahead of Skyjacker to finish in 5th position. My word. 6th position, Skyjacker Alpha not finishing ahead of Guesty. None of these are aware what happened ahead of them. None of them. They don't know what just happened. I'm still trying to soak it in. Racer Brown. Race 1 at Monza, win. Race 2 at Monza, win. Race 3 at Monza, win. 3 wins, there you go. Victory, take a boo, my son. Fantastic. Fastest lap, total dominance of Monza. He is no longer Racer Brown. Pay your £10 and change your name to Monza Brown. Because that's who you are. That's fantastic. The chats. Carly's eek. Carly's Patrick's wow. Carly's, that was amazing. Endurance Nut, what a finish. Congrats, Racer Brown. Jam Huntington, I hate Monza. Patrick, I think that is called a full house. Jam Huntington, Racer Brown was awesome. And he was. Well done, man. Oh, God. Open the good biscuits tonight, Racer Brown. Get the hobnobs with chocolate on out. That was fantastic. Shadow Rider. Oh. You're going to have another chance to win. For sure. For sure you're going to be there because you're a winner. You are a winner, but today it was all about Monza Brown, I'm afraid. But what a great place. 2nd place for Shadow Rider. That's fantastic. 3rd place, Homesick Alien in a car that had no business being on the podium at Monza. But Homesick, you didn't do it. Talleyrand still finished 2nd in a Subaru at Monza. So better luck next season. JTX in 4th, always there in that Peugeot, always fighting. Talleyrand, Skyjacker, Alphanut battled furiously at the front, then later on at the back, and it was great to see. Guesty in 8th, and Jam already saying he just does not like Monza, finishing in 9th. Racer Brown got your fastest lap with a 1:56.246. I can't stop smiling, man. That was unbelievable. It really was. That was cracking. That was amazing. Yes. Well, you spare a glass for me, Carly, because I need something to bring me down a little bit after all that. So I think you should be sharing that, body. And Pat says, anyone checked who was driving that car? The performance was out of this world. It was alien-esque, wasn't it? Eh? Monza Brown, aka Race Alien. Oh, Jam, you watch. Well, you won't like your parts, I'm imagining, but you wait to see. It was some great racing throughout, and Racer Brown, absolutely stunning. And Shadow Rider, great finishing in 2nd. How can you be so good for someone who finished in 2nd place? It was a great race. He did everything right. It was just, there was no stopping Monza Brown today. He turned up with one thing and one thing only, and that was dominance, absolute dominance. So here we are, we're at the end of another Friday evening after round 4, and what can I say? please come back on Saturday, because tomorrow evening we've got the fun and the frolics of the Little Mazdas. So that'll be live from around 7 o'clock. So come and join us for that, because it will be absolutely great. And then on Sunday evening, as ever, we have the hybrid prototype endurance championship, and that, I must say, the last couple of rounds of that have been absolutely stunning. They really are finding their way with these cars now. They're getting used to the endurance cars, and they're starting to fight each other. So it is a fantastic thing to come and watch, so please come and join me. I don't like being here lonely talking to YouTube. So if you have the time on Saturday evening and Sunday evening, I know some of you got lives and I haven't, but if you can, join us for that. It would be muchly appreciated. I was your broadcaster and commentator, as always, Bill Oney, and I will catch you soon, hopefully, Saturday, hopefully, if you come. And, you know, good night, Carly.